Hello, everybody. This is Shovda,
And this is Rebash.
and we are here to commentate the Quickie World 1 and 2 relay race. Between the two teams, we have the Kaizooies and the Toadettes. The Kaizooies will be on the left, with Bullet Jill doing Quickie World 1 and Undead Blackbird doing Quickie World 2. Over on the Toadettes, we have Megmac Attack doing Quickie World 1 and Amethyst Rocks doing Quickie World 2. Make sure to go follow those runners. They are actually all quite wonderful people. I think we're getting ready to get a countdown. For a little background, the Quickie World ROM hacks are what are called Kaizooie ROM hacks, which is a particular type of Super Mario World ROM hack where you're making everybody do really hard tricks in a really specific order. Valdio, who you can see in the chat right now, hi, made some relatively easy hacks for people to get into ROM hacking. And, you know, we just wanted to show that off for you.
All right. Yeah. I think that we're about to get started. So.
This should go in Super Mario World category.
Okay. So, I mean, I think we're gonna get going. Are you...
Rubash
Okay.
will be doing the countdown.
All right. So, here we go. So, we're gonna count down for 3, 2, 1, go. Okay.
And they are off. Here we go. Again, Valdio made these hacks. He is a wonderful, wonderful ROM hack and level creator, and he made these fairly short levels. The second hack has about 24 of them, I believe, or 24 exits, and you'll see these racers just speed through them. This first level, you'll notice that there's a lot of what we call regrabs in the Super Mario World community. You'll let go of jump when you're in the air and you'll fall a little faster. And there's a lot of that movement that you can't really see as a new viewer. But once you start playing and once you get used to it, you'll notice just how intricate things are. You can see at the
Jill
end here.
threw up that. Go for it.
Oh yeah, you can see at the end there that the Galoombas are put down on the ground to let them get back up, and you jump on them at the end. There's usually a very specific way you have to play a Kaizooie level, and whether that includes this level here, Run Forest, needing to keep all of these bullets for as long as possible, or the Galoomba in the first level, is just some wildly complex stuff you have to do.
Yeah, and in this level, we'll see how far they get on their first try here. But the this green shell can be really difficult if you don't get it on the first try. So the position is a little bit different for Meg here now that she had a death after the checkpoint.
And you'll see that jump next to the Koopaling is actually really tough without P-Speed. P-Speed in Super Mario World is something that once you hit a max speed and run for a couple seconds, you'll get a second gear as Mario. Here at the beginning of this level, you will see they are sliding down slopes and then jumping off. A slope will give you maximum speed approximately, but if you press left or right on the D-pad, you will slow down significantly. So they're trying not to press anything on the D-pad while making all of these jumps until the second half where they're spin jumping off the Torpedo Ted here.
Something else cool about these games is that a ton of the music and these ROM hacks are custom, so have been custom ported. So like you will get to hear different music throughout the whole hack.
Yeah, and Valdio, I believe, did a lot of porting on these games himself. He is a multi-talented creator. This level here, Terminal Velocity, it's generally frowned upon to have blind jumps in a level, but I guess if you just make an entire level out of blind falling, it'll be okay. And that's what we got here. It's kind of, like just watching it here, it's really impressive seeing these folks like go through it as quickly as they are. If I tried to pick it up now again, this would probably take me a couple hours. A lot of hard work into this game.
Yeah, that jump that Jill's trying to do right now is I know that oftentimes people consider it to be one of the harder jumps in the hack. Trying to go off that spring to do a shell jump, or the note block, sorry.
It's worth noting that shell jumps, I believe, have about a 5 to 6 frame window in which you can hit them. And as you saw on the left there, Jill falling and hitting that checkpoint is also a really precise move, because keeping Mario still horizontally while falling is pretty difficult, actually. He likes to wiggle around a little bit.
He was impressive. I was glad first try down to the checkpoint, so.
And then here we see at the end orb. If you're familiar with GDQ, if you're familiar with Super Mario World, when you hit an orb, you say orb, and it's just a nice little meme. Please throw your orbs in chat. Here we have Linked Edge Shed, named after Linked Edge X2, a former vanilla Super Mario World runner and a Kaizooie hack player extraordinaire, also famous for making Pango World and Super Slope Muncher, for which we will never forgive him. The players use the Eerie spawn to their advantage. Valdio actually created it so that you needed to know about spawn mechanics. You had to reload the Eerie coming to the right by backtracking just a little bit there.
Oh, nice. Jill making it through.
And Meg is just right behind her. Yep. I think oh, there is the Eerie. I thought she had lost it. Oh my.
Oh, I did too. I was a little nervous.
The tower power here, this next level Jill is on right now, is one
of the... Meg! So close.
that is unfortunate. You hate to see it.
Yeah.
This tower of power here that Jill's going up, it's pretty tight with the P-switch timers. And it's one of the big sticking points that people have when they're playing through this for the first time, especially when they're new to Kaizooie. And there Meg goes. She got it. Okay.
Nice. Yep. And Jill did a really, really great job going up that tower power really quick there and getting that orb.
Next, we have Color Code Cave, which involves a lot of shell jumps. You'll see a little bit of the re-grabbing mechanic here as she moves from platform to Piranha Plant to platform. You'll also see, I'm really not sure why Valdio really likes these overhang jumps, but it's something that you kind of notice after a little bit, and you've done like 3,000 of them. But overall, they're still fun. It's not a bad thing. Ooh, Jill missing that shell jump, that back shot.
So close to the end, too.
Very, very last shell jump. Ooh. Meg's catching up now.
I was like, she's giving Meg some time here.
Oh, no. Gatsu, this is a hack of Super Mario World. Again, Valdio MX created it. There we go, Jill finishing up that level. And Kaizooie ROM hacks, just to explain it, Kaizooie is a Japanese word meaning rearrange. And the first Kaizooie ROM hack was created in 2007 by T. Takimoto. And it spawned a whole genre of hacks where you make people do very specific things that are very, very difficult.
Yeah, and the two we're watching today are kind of considered to be some of the easier, more accessible Kaizooie hacks. So if you're looking at getting into any, these would be a good place to start.
Absolutely. Here you see, wow, Jill is already through Chuck City. Charging Chucks are a notorious enemy in Super Mario World Kaizooie ROM hacks. You saw at the end she had to jump or run under a charging Chuck that was jumping. That is what's known as a Chuck Gate, which is infamous. It's kind of funny if you're familiar with Kaizooie that there's like 20 chucks in that level and only one chuck aid.
Jill is in Inferno now, and is running on some layer 2 platforms, which kind of lets the level creator do some different obstacles with the actual platforms that you're running on. So she's having to kind of time these on-off switches to not fall in that lava there.
Yeah, and it can be a little disorienting going on the layer 2. Sometimes you'll see levels where it looks like you're moving up, but it's actually the entire background moving down. It's very, very concerning sometimes.
There's some cool layer 2 examples that we'll see later in the run today as well.
So here we have Yellow Dwarf. Jill is going through right now. You can tell this is a Ultra Star type of level because of the numbered platforms and all the jumping between them, and the name Yellow Dwarf is a pun on that. Usually these levels get pretty complex. You'll see remakes of them on Mario Maker, which do not work because of the physics, but here in Super Mario World, they just turn into some good old-fashioned fun, I think.
They are pretty fun. I agree with that.
And oof, didn't reach the goal. Yep. No, it turns out that the actual goal is invisible. That second goal, whether or not it exists, I do not know. You simply never can touch it. It's a little fake out to make you think you have to do a shell jump at the end. I don't know if anybody has actually died there trying to do the shell jump, but I like to imagine that somebody has.
I'm sure there's somebody.
Yeah. Was it you?
Surprisingly, no, but I mean, I thought I did the first time.
Oh, there you go. The level that Jill is on now is Everything is Fine. On the second half here, you'll see a lot of saw bouncing, which is kind of difficult, especially for people who are new to Kaizooie. You can like press jump again really early or really late and miss your actual jump that you're trying to hit coming off of the saw.
Yeah, she had to babysit that mushroom at the end so that she could get the mushroom quick and not die between those munchers.
And here we see Meg finishing up with she got the checkpoint at least. An Inferno there. Offering, which Valdio considers his one mistake in making this hack. He has publicly, I believe, apologized for this. One of the big issues is that right there, throwing that shell. When you spin jump in Super Mario World, in normal Super Mario World, unless it is patched, you cannot control which direction you're throwing the shell. So it's a little bit of a guessing game there. It's still a fun level. I consider it really fun, and I think Jill is letting Meg catch up a little bit here. Just mean. Sorry.
No, you're fine. Yeah, I think that people come into the surfing, and it's really it can take people quite a long time to finish this level the first time you actually play it. Ooh. Oh no!
Oh, darn. Yeah, I've heard of people taking maybe like 20 hours on the levels leading up to this, and then Softring itself taking like 12 to 13.
Yeah.
Take a while. But then you beat it and you feel so good, and that is the whole point of these ROM hacks and what's going on. Just
true.
At adversity.
Orb. Got it. She got it.
She got it. As Mighty Mouse is saying in chat there, even experienced players can have issues with Softring Castle. I still don't know how to pronounce it, honestly. Sorfring? I don't know. Here we have, again, Jill is here. This is Barb's Ship Hole, which I think could have just been called Barb's Portcullis, but, Valdio had to get that little joke in there. You'll see the shell being thrown down there, and then you gotta hit it in the air. There are quicker strats, but they're not marathon safe, and right now we're just trying to show y'all hack instead of just part of it. Here at the end, oh, fuck, the perfect homage to Barbarous King, a Kaizooie block. That is the only one in the entire hack. It's surfing, but with a saw. Swarfing.
Yeah, sarfing.
Swarfing. So here we have Rainbow Road, which if anybody gets the checkpoint and then dies, they are going to reset their game real quick to the beginning of the level. They're not going to reset the whole run or anything, but it is easier just to restart from the beginning of the level, because what they're going to do is Valdio apparently did not playtest this like entirely, so we don't want to play the level either. Just going to get the rainbow shell, have a flying Yoshi, and then
just
like
fly
that.
out.
Yeah.
That setup is actually though pretty difficult to do. So, but I think that way you don't have to. You can just fly the rest of the way.
And hopefully there she goes. She got it. All right.
That's what I'm saying. Jill missed the checkpoint like nicely. So she did
You can't tell. The music here is Rainbow Road from N64 Mario Kart. Just in case you did not know that. After this rumbling, this will be White Moth Lair, named after the streamer and Kaizooie player White Moth, who is a super cool person. The music for this, I believe, is... Oh no, this is Potential for Anything from... But during the boss fight, we'll get more Undertale music. I don't know how to pronounce the name of that game. I'm just taking a guess here. You'll notice that Toby Fox is a huge influence on Valdio and everything he does, which is, you know, you can see that in all of the music choices, some of the design choices, the aesthetics. As soon as Jill gets to the second half of the level, we'll find out that nobody has actually ever played the second half of this level. They just go over the top.
I think these last two levels, they just don't want to play the whole second half. What's that?
I can't blame them. And then here, a lot of Kaizooie creators don't think you can do very much unique with boss fights. So here we just kind of have a vanilla Big Boo boss fight from the Donut Secret Ghost House. Looks a little cooler, which is nice. Go, Jill has finished up with Quickie World 1. Hopefully we will get Blackbird on the screen there in a second here. So first, let me say this. That this marathon happens in part by support from viewers like you. Please consider subscribing. It's also worth noting that October is Disability Month on Hotfix. We're working with able gamers to give disabled gamers a voice and to show off what they can do. You can submit your runs and get more information by typing !Disability Month in chat. Oh, we've already begun Quickie World 2. I looked away for just 1 second. They've beaten the level. So the Quickie World lore, it's worth saying real quick, is that after Quickie World 1, Mario died from a strange disease. Princess Peach disappeared. Yoshi committed tax fraud. He is going off to Quickie World to find Peach and see what's going on. Yeah, we are already on level 2 here. The Shen is a reference to a music track by a psychedelic artist, Infected Mushroom, which is the joke of the level. Haha.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Also, it looks like Meg is finishing out Quickie World run here, getting to the boss here in just a second.
She'll be catching up.
So
on the left, Blackbird is in take 5, which, you know, who doesn't know Dave Brubrecht's take 5? It has a 5/4 time signature. It's supposed to push you a little bit to make you a little uneven. And, you know, you're bouncing on note blocks like the entire time. That is what's going on. If you're comfortable playing this level, well, you frighten me as a human being.
I mean, yeah.
I'll be honest, Blackbird looked like she was comfortable. They were comfortable doing that. Yeah.
I think they were. I think they were.
See, you can see on the right side, Mario caught an infectious disease. Here we have Field of Dreams on the left, Blackbird. We have more Toby Fox music. This is from Deltarune. Going through the pipe there, we're going to get a secret exit. One really cool thing in Quickie World 2 is that the any percent route is actually harder than the 100% route because the blocks that you get or make disappear from the Switch Palaces just do that much to the levels. I
love that aesthetic though. That level, it's very good.
A little disorienting though.
I love it. It's so pretty. Really disorienting.
I mean, everything's disorienting to me. That's just who I am as a person. As you see there, sorry for the wait, when you hit that switch, it's actually a reference to about Valdio delaying the hack by a couple weeks from the planned release date. He spent a little bit extra time porting music, which, you know, it's worth it in the end. This is an amazing hack.
I listen to the soundtrack regularly, just on its own.
Really? What's your favorite song in the hack?
I don't know. If
I actually right now, I know.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Yeah. So
oh, you go.
No, oh yeah. No, you can go.
I was gonna say Blackbird will be skipping the top platform there. When Amethyst gets there, she'll be taking all 3 of those platforms. There's a little bit of difference in routing, but there's, you know, it's mostly pretty similar. You can do it better. And that's life, right? We have Roll the Bones, which is kind of a frightening level. You'll see that the bones going through the air and over the munchers are actually different enemies that are reskinned to look like bones. The one, I don't know if they're spinies or what exactly they are. That first one that Blackbird is spin jumping off of. That next set is bullet bills. Are there any more in this level? No, there's a bonefish. No. That's just the bonefish. Yep. Okay.
But this is the other example when we were talking about the layer 2 stuff. So it's how they have that, the neat kind of pencils there and the different parts when they're navigating through the, like jumping off the bones and navigating through the platforms.
Yeah. This is a very angry layer 2 in comparison to the other level.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Up, we have To the Limit. We're not going to see this secret. No, wait, we have the Batcave first. I know what I'm talking about.
I was like, not quite.
Will not be getting the secret in this level, but when Amethyst gets there, she will be getting the secret and we'll be able to have a little shout out there. But Blackbird is just going to keep zooming ahead like a boss, which you are a boss. That's what you do.
Actually, this is might be my favorite music in the whole, in this hack anyway.
The music, I cannot hear it right now.
Oh, I can't either, but it's but it's good.
Perfect. I like it. Beautiful.
I know it is. Because I'm like, ooh, I'll just continue to stay on this level forever.
Yeah, that's why. Okay, coming up next. We Snake Man from MM3. Okay. Next we have To the Limit, which requires a lot of P-speed management. Again, the secret in this level requires a midair, which is, I believe in Vanilla Mario, is a double to triple frame perfect trick. Again, Super Mario World runs at 60 frames per second. I can talk. And it's kind of upsetting that is a thing that you have to do. Right there, where Blackbird was where the midair would have been, but we're not doing that because that is a frightening trick to try to pull off. At the end here, though, you'll notice a bunch of regrabs. Yeah, Blackbird missed it. More regrabs that you can't fully appreciate, I feel like, if you're a newer Kaizooie viewer, which is why we're pointing it out to give so much kudos to Blackbird and Amethyst here. Just the letting go of and re-grabbing the jump button to make sure you're going the right distances.
Yeah, otherwise you'll just end up either falling between or falling missing altogether one of the thwomps there on the jumps.
Mid-airs are free, only if you are Glitch Cat. That is a true fact. Alright, here we have Jurassic Jungle, which is about the point where everybody says, "Hey Valdio, why do you like overhang jumps so much?" It was the same thing in Color Code Cave. But, you know, I think, well, we both think, I believe, that the T-Rexes, there's the overhang jump, are just adorably cute. I kind of want a stuffed one.
Yeah, no, I really do. That's the only reason why I love that level, and it might be my favorite just because they're too cute. Aww.
And on the right, you just saw Amethyst go into the Ruby Rupee secret. Shoutouts to Ruby Rupee, one word. And shoutouts to Girls of Kaizooie, which is a group, an all female and non-binary Kaizooie community on Twitch and on Discord, where we hang out, we talk about Kaizooie, we race each other. This is how we developed this relay race to provide it for you today.
Yeah, if you're interested in wanting to do any Kaizooie or join, you're welcome to come join and hang out.
Ask anybody about it. Any of the names you see on the screen, of the 6 there. I don't know if there are any other names on the screen, but I mean those 6. Blackbird is currently in the Chris G. It's a shout out to Chris G, I promise, creator of Kurosu Mario World 1 and 2, as well as Hark Bros. They just got the secret exit there, and now going into the Vapor Palace. I'm trying to catch up myself. This is actually a really tight first half to this level. You'll notice there's a good possibility that they'll stand on the key waiting for the star to come to them. Second.
Oh, see,
tried to get the swag strat. Oof, that'll
So
bite
close.
you in the bum. Here we go. Oh, Amethyst missing the last jump before the checkpoint and to the limit. She is catching up though.
Yep, I was thinking that. Well, this Vapor Palace, if you miss that first, it takes a little bit to come back with that second star.
We're gonna see here, I believe they're both gonna try for a swag key jump at the end of this level. At this point, Amethyst might not, but I'm pretty sure Blackbird's gonna go for it. We will see.
Yep, nice.
Okay, she brought the key with her.
Yeah, but-
That is excellent.
It's harder than it looks to do that.
Yeah, it's actually you have to press run or grab and jump on the same frame to get the key with you. You'll see people just practicing key jumps randomly in their streams sometimes because of how difficult they are. Blackbird is back into the Chris G spot, and ooh, they missed the shell jump. Amethyst having another opportunity to catch up just a little bit. Ooh, okay, back and forth in the depths here.
The dinos got Amethyst there.
not find them as cute as we do after this. Amethyst told us to say shoutouts to dolphin butts right there, as you just saw those dolphin butts appear and then disappear. They are ephemeral, ethereal in nature. Those blocks there under the orb, if you do the any percent route, those blocks will not be there, and you'll have to do a much harder jump, which is just one example of how much more difficult any percent is. Here we have RB's Clock Tower, which is a shout out to RB Machak, a speedrunner, number 2 in Quickie1 100%, or yeah, number 2 in Quickie1 and Quickie2 100%. This is kind of a cool level that you'll see the whole thing as you go up, and obviously you only do the first half going up, the second half going down, but you get to see the whole thing. You'll also notice that there are multiple timers, and it's actually a little, again, I'm going to use the word a fifth time today, disorienting. Just, like, see them all, like, it's very confusing. Orb, over there, Amethyst is finishing up the secret exit in the Chris G spot. Blackbird is moving on to Soaring Cigarro. I hope I am pronouncing that right. This is a sky tree, which is a very frustrating type of level because you kind of have to babysit the vine going up the middle of the level while doing other things to keep Mario. You'll notice that those death blocks there with the skulls, those are actually reskinned munchers. In Vanilla Mario, you can run up them because when Mario is turned 90 degrees, he is immune.
Yeah, and there's actually, you couldn't quite see it there, but if you continue to see that first vine, the vine on the right, go up, there's actually a secret up there, and you cannot get to the secret unless you keep both vines going, which if you die anytime after the checkpoint, you won't be able to do it.
Yeah, it can be very upsetting to die at the end of that level trying to get all of the secrets. Here we have Hot Potato Blackbird is going into. You'll see the first slope grabbing an item or an enemy and having to do something with that. Fun fact, in Mario World, if you throw a bomb forward, it will reset its explosive timer. If you throw it up or drop it, it will not reset it, and you will explode as happens. No. That is when. No. Go check out Arisen Dead for an all secrets run of Quickie World 2. He is a wonderful supporter of the ladies here. We are in. This is blocks. No, this is elusive numbers. I know what's going on.
Yeah.
Shoutouts to Elusive, SMW Kaizooie player, and speedrunner. The numbers are, as you can see, on the platforms, and you're trying to keep up with them, and that's how they are elusive. I love you, Valdia.
Oh. No, this is a pretty fun level.
Yeah, it's another like kind of Ultra Star thing. I feel like Ultra Star really needs the star background, but like, this works.
There's a feel to it though, similar feel.
And she went for it. Went off the edge of the platform there. You can try to run off a little bit earlier, but you also risk just falling into the death block, which is painful, especially at the very end of the level. We have the Pokey Desert. Surprisingly, even though Yoshi is the main evildoer, we do grab some Yoshis in this level, though we just immediately drop them off to their demise. It is... If you're a Yoshi fan like Rubash here, it can be a little bit painful, but if you're like me and you understand that Yoshis are tools, not jewels, to quote Grand Pooh Bear, it's not a big loss.
I mean, Yoshis are cute. We don't... It makes me sad how we have to kill them all the time. So sad.
You know, go back to Mario Maker where they save them, I suppose.
Do they save them in Mario Maker?
But these Yoshis, you know, they committed tax fraud. So maybe we can just let these ones go, right?
I suppose. Amethyst just finished up the Sky Tree.
Yep, she's going on to Hot Potato. Blackbird is going into Blocks on Rocks, and they're going to do this fairly easily, but starting this level like in a blind playthrough is super disorienting, I feel like. So it's just like really impressive to watch. Sorry,
this is a very disorienting level. I agree. Also, I think that and Blackbird died, as you said, that how quick it was going to be for them to get through.
I mean, you know, it's a quick enough level that you can die and it still works.
I think that
I'm sorry. And there's one switch there at the end, but you don't want to hit it. That's why that there is a red coin there.
Although it is a little deceiving because you think, oh god, a switch, we have to hit it, but if you do, you will die.
It is a mind game unlike any other. We have Yoshi's Lair, which is the level that has had the most change since the release of Quickie World 2. I believe the choice between fighting a Yoshi now or going on to the special world was originally right here in the middle of the level. Because there was something similar in Grand Poo World 2, Valdio switched it up so that choice is at the end of the level after what seems like an escape sequence. But it's also worth noting here that this is another Layer 2 bit of trickery. It looks like you're ascending vertically. Actually, the Layer 2 is going down, and it's just Mario actually running back and forth on falling ground. Slowly descending ground.
Yeah, and the ball chain also is not moving as well. Or
and so you'll
staying the same.
You'll see there the key in the keyhole to go onto the special world. You can also fight a Yoshi, but it's a different color Yoshi from the one you fight in the special world, so I don't think it's the right Yoshi who committed the tax fraud and maybe killed Mario. Like with the bones, all the bones, you'll see here that rocks have taken over. Like, those are some bullet bills going over there. Those are some fuzzies, all reskinned to be rocks. It's the kind of...
I think that other one that's not a rock is a flume.
And those, I don't know what those are. Maybe they're spinies. I'm really not sure anymore. But it's all rocks from here. That's a fireball, I'm pretty sure. We were confused about that beforehand.
No, they're space balls.
Got me there. Wow. Wow.
That's what they are. The level name says so.
The name of the level, yep. I have been disproven. Yeah, you would think Amethyst Rocks would be really good at this level. We'll see when she gets here. It's her family. Special World, because both Quickie 1 and Quickie 2 are 100% runs for this event, for this relay race. The Mega Scottage, which is the level that Blackbird is on now, we will see another example of the slope jump, shell jump, which is here and is really tough to pull off. I've seen people take like 20, 30 attempts at that before they get it. Sometimes even in a speedrun it takes that long. Eerie spawning. The same thing as in Quickie World 1. Same enemy, but a little bit different of a level setup to get there. And fun little fact, if you spin jump onto a Yoshi and then jump off, you will continue spin jumping, which is what they did right there to get onto that area at the end. Wow, Blackbird is just zipping through this.
Yep.
Soffring Ruins, which I feel like may have been Valdio's real apology for Soffring in Quickie World 1. Maybe not, but that's how I help myself sleep at night.
It looks pretty similar to the aesthetic is very similar, background, but a little bit easier.
See that saw there that can't kill you? That is one of the saws you had to jump off of in the first one. Amethyst is going through the end of Yoshi's place there, Yoshi's lair. Climbing up the descending background. And she got it. There we go.
Undead Blackbird is on the final level now.
His Wedding Nails, which is a reference to the band Porcupine Tree and their song Wedding Nails, which is a thing I was not aware existed until about 10 minutes ago.
I was not either, so you're not alone, don't worry.
Oh, I'm very happy to hear that. You'll see at the end here, there's more slope conservation jumping, slope speed conservation jumping, except this time there's a bit of, you land a couple times and have to jump again, like with pressing left or right on the D-pad, that'll slow your momentum down. The longer you're on the ground, the slower you'll go back down to, 0 speed or whatever it is if you're holding right, like 39, 37. But so you want to jump as soon as possible to maintain as much momentum as possible. They get it here. They made it. All right, now they just gotta jump through some fire. Through with shoutouts to poetry.
Time is coming up soon.
Little hits, which will be like a second and a half off after Yoshi, right there.
Is it time? So.
Luigi wins. Yo is still in the darkness. G to Blackbird and Bullet Jill for
Kaizooie's GG
for Amethyst to finish up here, but give a hand to all 4 of the runners. These games are incredibly hard. It cannot be overstated how difficult Kaizooie ROM hacks are and how much effort goes into preparing for this to be able to do a run at an event, like for any speed run, but especially where you're supposed to die like hundreds or thousands of times in your playthroughs of these games. It is wild to be able to do this as well as they do.
Yeah, it takes a lot of you have to have a lot of patience, I think, too. You're just like, we're gonna die a lot and it'll be all right and we'll get through it.
It's very frustrating sometimes. I have more than once screamed at inanimate objects and other things that cannot understand the fact that I was screaming at them.
Yeah, I think we've all probably thrown a controller at least once.
Not done that.
What? Okay.
Controller once, but that was different.
Okay, right.
Just watching Amethyst now. She's getting there. Woo! Ooh, that's swag strat. Skipping the second half of that ball and chain. She's through Soffring Ruins. I don't know what self-control is, Osu, but I just don't throw.
Some people have self-control.
This is coming up here on the last level, the Wedding Nails, which again, thing that exists outside of this game. Ooh,
let's see how quickly she can get through the slope speed section.
This turned out to be a pretty close race in the end, actually.
It was pretty close. They both did, or all four of them did it very, very good.
You'll see at the end of the credits here, Valdio did a little changing around of things. You'll notice when you see the Koopa Kids, you'll see the two Yoshis in place of Iggy and Lemmy. I do not know which is which. Literally nobody does, except for the fact that Iggy is the first boss and Lemmy is somewhere else in vanilla Mario World. And then you'll see at the end screen there you'll notice that Luigi is the star because Mario is deceased.
Luigi's better anyway.
Everybody is entitled to wrong opinions sometimes.
He's so cute. Green's a better color.
I don't disagree, but I don't know about cute.
What? Okay. All right.
Yeah. Okay. Amethyst getting it. Yes!
Nice. First
Okay. Woo! Castle 7? Yeah, that makes sense.
All right. Yoshi
That's gonna
time.
cry.
Time is coming up for Amethyst here in just a minute. Time.
Go right at the whistle.
Yeah.
You'll see on the left there. Let's hit the
Nice.
end. This is actually really nice for the timing of this.
GG.
Agreed. Toadette is better. Toadette is my favorite. See, you can see Iggy and Larry, not Larry. I don't know things. And Mario has X's over his eyes. There you go.
Oh God, so sad. Rip Mario.
Give a hand. Can we get some? Can we get another hand for all four of the runners, for Meg and Blackbird and Jill and Amethyst? A really great show for y'all just now.
You can find them all on Twitch.
Follow, subscribe.
All right, but yeah.
Reminder, VODs from this event will be available on YouTube about 24 hours, hopefully, after they are shown here.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that is all from us. Shout outs to the entire Kaizooie community, little Gaizos, girls of Kaizo, ROM hack races that happen every Saturday, Valdio for making the hack, again, all four of the runners, and I think we're ready to throw it over to the break. Thank y'all for watching, sincerely, very, very much.
Thanks, everyone.